It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. And in the studio with me this morning, as soon as Mr. Computer catches up, there he is. Rob Heinrich, Superintendent, Indiana Area Schools, joins us this morning. Our visit presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's election day.
It is indeed.
Yeah, it's a big day. It's an important day. It's an important day for many students at Indiana area as well. It's the first time they get to vote.
Absolutely. We, if you remember recently, we were recognized for our students' efforts to get out and register. 80% of our students right now who are of age are actually registered to vote due to the civic push by some of our other students to get them registered. So
Yeah.
they're excited to vote, and we're excited to have them vote as well. And we hope everyone else votes because it's very important. We teach them to get involved in the process, to become that informed electorate that our forefathers intended, and participating in this is, your vote is your voice, and we tell them that. So we hope that everybody out there listening, whether you support Mr. Trump or support Mrs. Harris, get out there and model that behavior for our kids. And then the next step we talk about is, being patient with the process, trusting the election, trusting the people that are there, and that is also very important for our civic duty too. Is this peaceful and that discourse? If there is discourse, it should be done peacefully, and we should work through the results together.
Your social studies faculty, they're a big key part of this, aren't they?
Oh, Mike Schutte does a great job. He teaches a course on elections right now, and it's a very, very popular course, and the kids get to debate. And he has a really tough job because people, they get fired up about some of these things. And,
Sure.
And he has to walk the middle line. He has to play devil's advocate and challenge people because we always like to say we don't teach kids what to think. We teach them how to think. And it's important to get information from different sources and check your sources. And Mike does a great job. Mr. Burdig, Mr. Schutte, Ms. Hoffman, all of them do such a, Mr. Neal. There's so many great educators over there, Ms. Nybert, who help teach these students to become that informed electorate and exercise their rights and protect their duties.
Sort of wish the rest of the country would get on board with that too, educating themselves. And then making your choices.
Absolutely, it's so important. I mean, think about how Pennsylvania is this key swing state. It could come down to the smallest of margins in Pennsylvania, and we have people out there that are disengaged, and their voice could change the whole thing for the country. So it's important. So hopefully everyone gets time to get out there and again, trust the process. That's what the election officials are saying. Gone are the days we're going to know at 8 o'clock, who won. So be patient, trust the system, work through it, and we'll get there.
Yeah. The amazing thing is technology keeps advancing and the lag becomes even bigger.
Really? It is. It's an interesting juxtaposition for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Parent Safety Night last week.
Yeah, we had a great event. The turnout wasn't great. I'm going to say that we were up against one of the, what we thought was going to be one of the last nice days before the time change. But we did have a great event. Courtney Kunselman, the school psychologist at the senior high, Mr. McElhaney, and a couple other people put on this, incredible event that that highlighted some of the layers of security that we have in place. We have a great partnership with the police. We talked about it on your show, where they come, they train with us, they meet with us. We're going to go to a meeting right after this and work with the police on safety. We have a safety consultant, the Fatula Group, who come and advise us on what to do in different situations and work on our emergency operation plans. And then we have these incredible community partners. We had a presentation by the Acervo Project that talked about human trafficking. We had people from all these different agencies. 14 different agencies came to show their support and how they keep kids safe, either before events happen, during events when they happen, or after events that happen in their lives, and how they can support these kids. So it really was a nice event that showed how many really caring people there are here and resources we have in this community. We'll work on the parent turnout there next time, but it was a really great event, and I look forward to having more in the future.
Well, yeah, it absolutely, and what you just said about participation, that emphasizes parents, you have a role to play in this, a
100%.
very, very important role.
Absolutely. We always say safety is everyone's job. And the more the parents know and the more the students know, the better off everybody's going to be. So these educational opportunities are important. And, we hope that people get engaged because there's some really interesting and important information. Like, what should I do if, God forbid, there's a terrible event at one of our schools? Rule number one, don't come. You're not getting your kid. So don't come. You're just going to be in the way of the police and the people who are there to do their job. You could, and you're going to add chaos to a situation that already has plenty of that. So,
Sure.
That was one of the sessions we had there was like what you can do to be an active part of the solution instead of adding to the problem. And things like that are important because as soon as something happens at school, everyone comes running,
Sure.
in those kinds of events. Sure. Don't come.
You understand that's the instinct that they have.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, what they do is they end up adding to the confusion and they make it a little less safe.
Absolutely, 100% they do that, and I get that as a parent. That's my instinct too. But the more you know, the better off you're gonna. You'll actually help keep your child safer if you're not there.
Yeah,
It's hard to understand, but it's important to understand.
End of the first quarter.
Yes, sir.
That was fast.
Oh my goodness, it was August yesterday. And here it is, Election Day and Pancake Day. Don't forget about Pancake Day. Support the United Way. Mm-hmm. Go to UMC and get the. Or IRMC and get the pancakes. But, so quarter one ended. We have parent conferences yesterday. I'm sorry. Parents conferences were yesterday. Mm-hmm. A lot of real good conversations. We're moving toward a new way with report cards, especially in the elementary schools, to not just give arbitrary grades like, you got a B. What does a B mean? Well, it's not an A. Okay. It's better than a C. It doesn't mean anything. But now we have report cards that really drill down to the skills that the students can do. Your student is very good at numbers and operations, but your student really needs to work on algebraic thinking. Mm-hmm. How can you help us help your kid? And those are the conversations we're getting to. So we're excited about the progress we're making there, and the work that the teachers are putting in is tremendous. So we're moving in the right direction. We're hoping that we keep rolling this up through the grade levels and again, arm parents with that information they know they need to get the kids the information they need to know.
Yeah. And that highlights for me the fact that when you have a new way of looking at report cards, that there are changes all the time within the education industry, if you will. And you have to be aware of what those changes are and whether or not they're a good fit for your school district and whether they can enter into an add to your ability to educate a student, or if it might be a distraction or a detraction from that. And you're doing that all the time. And that comes in when you're talking about deciding upon new coursework. What's a new program that we might bring into the school? What's something that, we're not doing as well as we could, and maybe there's another model out there that works better for us. You are adding programs in all the time.
Absolutely. Last night we had a nice meeting where we had presentations from many of the programs at the senior high and how they'd like to advance. We'd like to move from computer applications where we're teaching kids how to use Microsoft Office tools and those kinds of things, Google Word or Google Docs and things like that, to more advanced computers, the use of AI, the ethical use of AI. We have to wrestle that monster, and figure out how to do that because it's here. Whether you want it or not, it's here. Our kids are already using it. We have a responsibility as a community to teach them how to use it ethically and appropriately. Mm-hmm. So those kinds of things, advanced coding, marketing and management, those kinds of things are important. We heard from the program for the Educators Rising, where we're working on a build your own teacher program, basically.
Okay.
We're going to train our kids that want to work with younger people to either become daycare workers or paraprofessionals, or maybe go into college and become the next generation of teachers. And, so that's important. We heard about a drone program last night. One of our high school teachers is actually building a program where students can get their drone pilot license. They could actually be wage-earning licensed drone pilots by the time they're juniors in high school. So there's a lot of exciting ways that we're integrating that technology, or the teachers are trying to integrate that technology and stay current, even look to the future. It's a challenge. You're right.
Sure.
Is this good? Is this more important than what we're doing now? the school board has the tough job of weighing those things and making the best decisions.
Yeah, yeah. And they do that based upon the recommendations of the people who are actually the professionals who are doing this sort of thing.
100%.
So
Yeah, you gotta trust your people. They're on the front lines. They're seeing these things. They know. A lot of them are business owners and community members, parents. They're the ones that know best, and we should follow their lead.
we are speaking this morning with Rob Heinrich. He is the superintendent of the Indiana Area School District, and he is the 2024 Instructional Leadership Award winner, as so named by the Pennsylvania Association of School Administrators, for demonstrating commitment to excellence in teaching and learning by developing, nurturing, and supporting exemplary programs. Boy, that citation goes on for a good long time.
Sure.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, it was.
It really is, a reflection of your hard work and the school district's embracing of the entire administrative team approach to what's happening at Indiana High.
It really is. I mean, it's an honor for me to be recognized, but it's more a reflection of our team and the people that are on the front lines. Again, the teachers that are looking at the way they do report cards, and they're looking at the way that they teach reading, and they're looking at the way they teach math, and they're constantly trying to improve and give students exactly what they need. We're constantly in reflective practice, and the recognition I'm getting is for building this multi-tiered system of support here at Indiana, and committing to it and being a model for other schools across the state, which is great, but I didn't do that work. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of teachers on the front line, school board members who said yes, administrators who stepped up to lead it and had really tough conversations with people, because it's hard to change. People don't like change. Sure. So, making sure that we are engaged in that reflective practice and always trying to be the best we can be, that's our job. So it's an honor for sure, but it's really a reflection of how good this district is because of the people.
It goes back to what we were just talking about. There are so many, probably in the education world, there are more approaches to educating and innovative programs that might work here but not work there. Technology here versus no technology there, and on it goes. And finding the right mix, and then having the entire team buy into it and make it work is a tremendous chore. It's a task, and every school district has to go through it. It just happens Indiana area is doing it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's the work. That's what we do. We all have the same goal. We all want what's best for our kids. We just disagree sometimes on how to get there, and what we've committed to here, what's really worked for us, is this commitment to data-driven decisions, where, just like we go to the doctor and the doctor's, hey, I don't feel good. And the doctor, you just take a guess, you got a B, right? Or he can drill down and say, well, here, let's run some tests. Let's look at what the data says, and let's give you the best, prescription to heal your needs. So that's how we're approaching education. We're looking at it from data-driven, drilling down to each individual kid, not just doing this spray and pray approach, but really an individual approach to education, and that's where the magic is.
We could be spending a heck of a lot more time with you this morning, but we're running out of time.
Okay.
The holidays are coming, and when the holidays come at Indiana High, of course, we just had for Turkeython, we had a group of Indiana musicians in with us performing, and we always enjoy so much. And we know that that's going to be our December visit, is going to be some students from the music world at Indiana Area. You actually have a student who is going to be on stage in Pittsburgh in a very what's become an iconic role.
Absolutely. So one of our students in fourth grade named Avery Schneider, who's a tremendous young man, he is playing Ralphie in the Pittsburgh Theater's production of A Christmas Story. It runs from December 4th through December 22nd. You should go out. We're going to try to take some students down, and we're going to go down and watch him do his thing. And he's really excited. We're all obviously very excited. His parents are excited, and the whole community is excited about it. So we wanted to share the word here and say, hey, if you can get down, it's a great way to spend a Sunday or a Saturday,
sure,
or whatever. Is go down to the theaters, see this tremendous performance, and spread some Christmas cheer and all the same, or enjoy some Christmas cheer. Yeah, so we're excited for him. We wish him well. Hope he breaks a leg, so to speak.
That'll be at the O'Reilly Theater in Pittsburgh between December 4th and December the 22nd. What a nice thing that is.
They go online at the Pittsburgh Theater. They can find it right there. And,
There you go.
It's easy.
Nice. Hey, thanks for the visit this morning. We
Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
that.
It's always a pleasure. Really appreciate it.
The voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and Boomer Sports next, and then Jake in the newsroom.